Well, hello and happy Sunday to each and every one of you. I'm so glad to be with you on this Sunday morning. And I just wanted to take a few minutes and just give you something inspirational to think about on this first day of the week. My mother and my stepfather have pastor a church in the small city that I'm from. And I was listening to her message. And she said something that kind of struck me, but it took me in a whole different direction. And I want to share that with you. With the quiet little moment that I had with God today as I was cleaning today. She used a familiar passage at one point in her message, and it was, "Let your light so shine before men, that men may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven." And, and she was talking about good, what are those good works? And a lot of times, as people, we like to look good in front of people. We're buying people groceries and all of that stuff is good. But let me ask you a question. We are in the middle of a very, very hateful time. We are seeing some things that are just unbelievable. It's like we're watching a whole movie play out right in front of us. And as we are, celebrated, and we want to be celebrated for being good people and for the love that we have in our heart, can we really say that our lights are shining as we look at our brothers and sisters and say to them, "It's your fault that you're in this mess and now you got to pay the price"? They know that. Let me tell you something. One thing that I used to tell people when I would preach at church is that you don't need to tell a sinner that they're a sinner. They knew they were a sinner the moment they walked in the door. You don't need to tell somebody that they're wrong. They knew that they were wrong because they're paying the price for it, right? But putting that nail in the coffin doesn't make it any better. And let me tell you why we as a culture, and I'm going to say African Americans, better open our eyes. And I've been saying this for a minute, but now I think I better say it out loud. Well, we're looking at Hispanics being deported, Palestinians, Nigerians. Have you ever asked yourself why it is that the African American community doesn't seem to be under attack? Let me explain something to you. We have come a long way as a culture. We have. But right now, and for a minute, they've been silently trying to strip away our identity, strip away our story by removing history, Black history, out of Americans' culture. They want to strip away the legacy of Dr. King, not knowing that the calling is not the man. The man was called to do it. But I digress. They're working to roll back the DEI so that they can say that you're not qualified to work the jobs that you're working. And can I explain to you why? While you are excited that they're being deported, I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember him making a comment that the immigrants were stealing all of the Black jobs. Did any of y'all ever stop to ask yourself, what is a Black job? Just in case you haven't, I want you to go do some research on the jobs that the immigrants were taking up. And then while they're gone, who do they expect to do them? Do you think that they're attacking your jobs for just because, my African American brothers and sisters? No. Because I think the reason that we are not blatantly under attack is because we're the main course. And remember, the main course is always the last to be eaten off the plate, right? During a dinner. I think we better relook at this again. Because while we're over there with our hands folded, telling them we're not going to fight, y'all better get up and start fighting. Because this man is trying to steal every right that we've ever had to stand on. Because he's sure expecting for somebody to do those black jobs. And if we don't say anything and sit back for the next 4 years, you will be doing those black jobs. But I just don't know exactly if you know what that is. So if you want to let your light shine in this darkness, stop looking at them and talking about them, because they know what they've done. They're paying for it. I always tell people, God is going to deal with who he's going to deal with. You don't need to get involved in that stuff, but you better keep your eyes open, because he said, laugh at people that I have to discipline or I'm dealing with or that things are happening to them. You better be careful, because I'll let it happen to you. And I don't think that any of us are intending to go backwards as far as they're trying to take us. So y'all better start mobilizing and figure out what we need to do. Because right now, crossing our arms is about to take us into an era that this generation don't have the heart for. So let your light shine. Don't let the hate. This man brought in the spirit of hate in a way I've never seen it before. And don't think because you have a cushy job today that when they remove as much as that DEI out of here, that you won't have one. Stand up. It's that time. It's that time for us to open our eyes and see what's really going on before it's too late. And I forgot, let me add one more thing. A couple of months ago, I was watching an interview that this particular person that I've been talking about, that I did not name their name, was asked a question about slavery. And he said he didn't feel that slavery should have been ended. He felt that they could have negotiated with the slaves and give them the weekend off. Now, do you see it?